Hi, welcome. My name is Megha, and I'm known as Canes of Dreams on Instagram and Ravelry. This is going to be a knitting podcast. We'll see how it goes. This is the first episode, and I had recorded like a year ago at the beginning of the pandemic, and I sat on that video. I didn't really like it much, so I didn't upload it. But it's been a year, and then I still felt like, um, journaling my knitting through YouTube. So here, I'm here again. We'll see how this video turns out, and thank you so much for watching. I will not give too much of an introduction. It's better I start talking about the knitting so I feel less nervous or awkward. I live in Buffalo, New York. I've been living in the US for about 9 years now. I'm originally from India, and I moved to the US to go to school here, and then I got a job, and so I've been living in Buffalo for the last 5 years, I think. I started knitting about 5 or 6 years ago, and become super obsessed and passionate about it, like all of you, I'm sure. Um, I knit a lot, and I've been maintaining my Instagram account, knitting account on Instagram, just to journal my projects. And basically, I wanted to have more fiber friends, knitting friends who shared the same passion, because I personally didn't know anyone who knits. But through Instagram and Ravelry, I met so many of you, and I'm really um, privileged and really happy to be part of this community. And I think when the pandemic started, I started watching a lot of podcasts, and I'm obsessed with them. Like, I watch all the podcasts I find out about to see which ones I like, and then I'm a regular like viewer. So I stopped watching Netflix. I stopped watching basically any other series. I just like pick a podcast that I like and I watch all the episodes. So I'm a knitting video binge watcher, you may call me. Okay, so I think that's enough introduction, and I have notes. So I'm going to talk about the usual suspects, the works in progress, finished objects, and a little bit of what I want to do next. And I have a lot of works in progress. Um, I start a lot of projects, but then I tend to focus on one project at a time so that I can get it done. And then I cast on another, and I sometimes projects go, they're just hibernating or sleeping or whatever, and I'll remember them like a year later, and I know all of you out there have similar experiences. So always the newest pattern and the newest yarn is more exciting than what we currently already have. I have an enormous yarn stash. I had to buy so many plastic bins to kind of store them. Um, it's crazy. It's going out of control. So I've been a little conscious and not purchasing more yarn, but it's not always successful. Sometimes I see something that I just can't resist, and then I have to get it, and then I have to cast it on. So that's how it goes. So you contribute to the stash, and you knit from the stash. I mostly knit garments. I'm obsessed with knitting garments, and I started knitting socks last year during the pandemic, and I knit so many. Now I took a break from knitting socks and just started knitting more items that I wanted to finish, or some gift knits, because this time of the year everyone starts knitting for people your friends and family. so you can, you have a good gift basket or gift bin, um, to for Christmas or for the holidays or whatever. So that's what I'm doing as well. I have a few gift knits on the go, um, and I always have a garment for myself. You can see I'm wearing my ranunculus. This is one of the things I wanted to talk about, so I think this is a good segue, and I'm gonna start talking about this. So I knit 3 ranunculi, I guess, this year. I watch Little Big Knits a lot, and Selma is amazing, and she has knit so many ranunculi, and I got really inspired. And I had none last year, and then 2021, and I have 3 of them now. So this is my BC Garn Bio Balance ranunculus. So this yarn is 50 wool, 50 cotton. I held it double on US 10 needles. Um, I know the pattern has an update for bigger bust sizes, but I don't follow that. I do the regular sizing, and then once I get done with the yoke, I do raglan increases, and I'm pretty good on Ravelry. I update everything. I put all my projects there. I'm kind of a like I really like documenting everything. So I have a very extensive Ravelry project page at least. And I put everything there, like what yarn I used and what needles I used, and it's really good to go back to it when I want to knit with similar yarn, or I want to knit the pattern again or something like that. So all the information is on my Ravelry page, and I will also put it in the show notes on YouTube. So I'll link my projects in Ravelry. And if you are not able to use Ravelry, of course, you can message me directly or check out my Instagram, because I have a lot of information already listed under the pictures that I post there. So the information's available, but I'll also put it in the show notes here. So yeah, so as I was saying, so I just do like raglan increases, and I figured out how many raglan increases I require for my size, and then I split for the sleeves, and then I, the rest to knit the body and then the sleeves and everything. I really enjoyed making short sleeve versions. I mean, I'm not totally again, I don't feel stuck on Sleeve Island or anything, but of course, short sleeves are awesome. Like, you can finish the project so quickly, especially like for the size I knit for myself. It takes a while to finish garments, but I love short sleeved anything. I also run a little warm, so I like making short sleeved tops that I can wear in my office. Usually the AC is always blasting in my office, and I'm always cold, so I like having cardigans and shawls or something just to keep me a little warm. I have a I have a heater in my office as well in case it gets too cold, so I can turn on my mini heater. At the same time, I also have a fan in my office because sometimes it's too warm and then I need a fan, so my body can't temperature regulate. Basically, I need external help. All right, so I think I spoke everything about the ranunculus, so we're good with that. I'll move on to my WIPs or works in progress, and one of the like garments I'm currently working on and I'm trying to like finish quickly is this sweater. It's called the Enola. I think that's how you pronounce it. This sweater is it's designed by NCL Knits, and I'm making it in Magpie Fibers domestic fingering base in the Tupelo Honey colorway. I think this colorway became a big hit when Andrea Mowry released her wool and honey sweater. So when that sweater released and then this colorway was popular, that's when I purchased the yarn. But it's been sitting in my stash for so long. It was sitting in my stash for so long until I was like, you know what? I have to knit with it. It's one of the oldest sweater quantities I own, so I really wanted to knit with it, and I love mustard. Like it's my jam completely. So and I had seen this Enola sweater by Nadia when it released, and I fell in love with the yoke. I really um, like the lace detailing. Um, so it's knit on, I'm knitting it on US 3 needles. I have my Chiagos on the sleeve. I finished one sleeve. I'm only doing a 3/4 sleeve, so it just like extends a couple inches below my elbow. And I just about started my second sleeve. It shouldn't take me long to knit the sleeve. I think I started the sleeve um, Thursday night, and today is Saturday, and I already finished it because it's a short sleeve. So I should be able to finish this in a few days as well, and then I'll be done. And the plan is to wear this to Rhinebeck this year. I am going to Rhinebeck for the first time with a couple of my friends from work who are also knitters, and we plan to drive from here. It's about a 6-hour drive from Buffalo, and maybe five to 6 hours. And we plan to camp there. I've never camped before, so this is the first time I'm going to camp. I bought a sleeping bag, so it's sitting in a box right in front of me, and I haven't opened the box yet. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun. Because it's Rhinebeck, of course. I have been wanting to go since I found out about it, and last year, of course, we weren't able to go anywhere, and so this year we're going to take the opportunity and do Rhinebeck, and hopefully buy yarn again. That'll be fun. So this is going to be my Rhinebeck sweater, and I'm really excited to wear this. I knit this like full length. For me, full length, or at least like a comfortable length, is 12 to 14 inches from my underarm. So that's how long this sweater is, and I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I know the lace doesn't look really good because I have not blocked it yet. After I finish, of course, I'm gonna wash and block it, and then the lace will open up, which is my favorite part about knitting lace. So yeah, so this is my first work in progress. Um, of course, like I mentioned, this is Magpie Fibers domestic fingering. I think they've discontinued this base because I subscribed to their newsletter, and I received, I think a month ago maybe, they had a sale on their closeout basis. I'm gonna check that. I'm not sure, but I recently checked out their website, and they didn't have. I don't think they're currently carrying this base. They may have like older stock, but they've moved on to their other newer bases. So, but I'm really pleased with this color. Like it's perfect. It's so gorgeous. um, yeah, so that's my Enola sweater. Um, the other work in progress that I want to talk about is I'm knitting a vest, a man's vest. So here is the back of the vest. This is the His Vest by Church Mouse Yarns and Tees. I'm knitting this in the fiber company Lore. Um, Lore is the base. The colorway is stable. It's a really pretty oatmeal-y color. I really like how the fabric is. Like it turned out really well. I knit this on US 5 needles, and this is going to be a gift for a really special mentor in my life. I'm not gonna talk about who it is until after I've gifted this vest. I actually finished the front almost all of the front. It's a V neck, so I did like one side of the V. The other side needs to be done yet, but I mean this V portion, like the left shoulder, took me, I don't know, like 1 hour or something. So I'm I'm just sitting on the other one. I started working on my Enola because I wanted to finish it, and so this just got like put down to the side or whatever. So I'm looking forward to finishing it. Like I obviously have to graft or seam them together, and then do the neck ribbing and the sleeve, like the sleeve ribbing. It's a sleeveless vest, so there aren't sleeves, so just the ribbing on the sleeves, on the around the armhole. So I'm really excited about finishing this. I think as soon as I'm done with my Enola on the second sleeve, I can finish this one, and it's like, wash and block it, and then it's ready to be gifted. So that'll be good. So again, I'm knitting this in the Fiber Company Lore base, and I think I have the so it's 100% wool, and it's 273 yards in 100 grams. They have a really pretty what's it called, yarn label. I think you might be seeing it like the mirror image. I'm gonna see if I can fix it. I'm not gonna edit much. I'm just gonna go with the flow. You'll see all my mistakes or whatever. I guess that's part of a knitting podcast. I mean, it's low maintenance. I shouldn't say that. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Yeah, so those are the two works in progress that I wanted to talk about. I have a lot more, but I'm not gonna bring all of that out. That'll be ridiculous. I don't want to show you all the things I've abandoned. Yeah, so I went really out of order. Okay, I spoke about what I'm wearing, and then I spoke about works in progress. So I think now I can talk about a finished object. I mean, it's not my most recent finished object, but I just picked this one because it's one of the favorite things I made this summer. One of my favorite things. So I knit this field day cardigan. I hope I'm holding it up right. It's the Field Day Cardigan by Ozetta. Haley, who's the designer behind Ozetta Knitwear, designed this beautiful drop shoulder cardigan. Let me see if I can. So those are my buttons that I put on it. This is a beautiful design. I really like the way she designed this because I love wearing cardigans. My office is always a little too cold, so I love putting on a cardigan over my blouse or whatever. And raglan cardigans, I've realized, kind of try to they sort of like slide down my shoulders. I have very sloped shoulders. So this particular construction worked really well. Like you start at the back, you knit the back for a bit, and then if you pick up stitches to knit the fronts, and then you knit the so first you knit the back, then you pick up stitches for each of the fronts. Then once you have enough armhole shaping, then you join them under the arms, and then you knit the body. And then of course, because it's drop shoulder, you've knit part of your shoulder when you're shaping your back, and then you pick up the sleeve stitches, and then you knit the sleeve. I test knitted this sweater when Haley put out the test call, and I absolutely love this construction. I'm actually planning to make another, maybe summer version. I have some cotton linen blend yarn in my stash that I'd like to use for a more summer cardigan. I knit this one in Knitting for Olive fingering and mohair held together. So the colorway is plum clay. Um, it's a beautiful color. I love this so much. It's mauve basically. Yeah. So I bought the knitting for olive merino fingering and then the mohair base from Shop La Mercerie. I think that's the name of the store. I'm like that store. I use it a lot for purchasing knitting for olive yarn, or they have very beautiful yarn collection, and I really like that store a lot. And that's where I purchased this yarn from. So this is the field day cardigan again, and I'm gonna link everything in the show notes. Don't worry about that. um, so yeah, so I actually got to wear this earlier this week. It was really chilly in the morning. It got really warm in the evening, but I was able to wear it for like the first half of the day, and it's very light and it's very cozy and it stays on my shoulders. I generally don't button my cardigans, so even though I like the buttons because they add like a really pretty feature, but I don't necessarily button the cardigan itself. So I love it because it stays on my shoulders and I don't have to bother with it. Like I don't have to keep adjusting it. It's not slipping off. So I love this cardigan so much. I want to make another one. But I have a long list of things I want to make, so we'll see when this happens again. So yeah, so I finished this August sometime, I think, and it's one of my favorite things I made this summer. So that's the field day cardigan again. Oh, and like the button band is worked with the sweater, so you don't have to pick up separately for the button band. I love that. I mean, I don't mind picking up stitches, but picking up around a cardigan so many stitches, oh, that's not my favorite thing. I think I've avoided that so far, but I have a few things that I want to knit that have the, you know, you have to pick up the stitches around the fronts and the neck and everything after you've knit the rest of the cardigan. So I'll have to do it someday, but I got to avoid it with this one. So that worked out well. So yeah, so that is the finished object I wanted to talk about. And then I want to talk about some of the projects that I'm planning to cast on, like soon. I want to participate in the Hohi Fall Knit Along this year. I did sign up for this knit along last year as well, but I didn't end up finishing my project, and I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen this time as well. I mean, at least by deadline. I may take longer than the given amount of time because I think it's a very short knit along. It starts like I think the 20th, so that's like in a day, and then it ends end of October. So I think 1st November or something. I have to check this. I'm just speaking from the top of my head. I have to make sure I'm giving you accurate information. But yeah, but I signed up for the knit along because I really want to make this pattern called the milkshake cardigan, and it's a simple classic design. I think it has satin shoulder, like satin sleeves, but I think you don't have to do them after. Like she has a contiguous method that she uses. I've knit a lot of Hohi's patterns, and most of them have the construction style that she likes, and I love it. It's really good. So I'm gonna knit that cardigan, and I bought this Miss Babs Yowza yarn. This cake is enormous. Like, I mean, I have a pretty big head, so it's not the size of my head, but it's enormous. But I love it because I think it has around 570 yards or 560 yards in 225 grams. So it's just like 2 skeins of regular DK yarn, but it's in one. So this is the dark parchment color. It reminds me a lot of chocolate milk, basically. I love it. It's very pretty tonal yarn, and I'm excited to swatch and then cast on. The cast on, I think, is the 20th that you can cast on, but I'm gonna swatch today, so making sure I have the right needle size for the cardigan. So again, I want to knit the milkshake cardigan. I think it's one of her earlier patterns. I don't think there are as many like projects on it as some of Hohi's other patterns, which are crazy popular. But I really like the simplistic nature of it, and I love classic cardigans. So excited for this one. And for some reason, I've been knitting so many fingering weight projects, and I really want to knit just DK and on larger needle size. But I knit so loose that I almost end up having to size down a couple needle sizes, so even DK stuff is knit on US 4 or something, which is ridiculous, but that's my life. Yeah, so that's one of my future knits or future cast on. And then I also signed up, or I purchased the Stephen West mystery knit along. Oh my god, his designs are so amazing and they're so unique. Like, you know, if you make it, you'll probably be the only one who ever has that, because everyone's colorways are different and so gorgeous, and the designs are so beautiful, of course. And I got really excited when I saw all the colors everyone was putting together, their yarn combinations, and I got very excited. Like last year, I wanted to do the slip extravaganza, but I didn't know about mystery. Like I didn't know about Stephen West's mystery knit-alongs until last year. That's when I actually kind of found out about it. I don't know where I was living under a rock or something. I mean, I've seen the Starflake shawl before, but I didn't realize it was a mystery knit-along. I think I saw it later or something. But last year I knew he was doing this slip extravaganza, but I didn't sign up. But this year I always wanted to. I've always wanted to do a mystery knit along, but I'm always nervous if I like the finished design. Like I like to look at the design, the completed design before I knit it, and then I fuss over colors and you know how it goes. But then it sounds like a lot of fun. Everybody has a lot of fun knitting it, and I was having something of a FOMO, so I decided that I'd put together a kit from my stash and then cast on because who doesn't like a new cast on, right? And then we'll see when I finish it. I don't think I will be able to follow along or keep up with the clues every week. I have too many things that I'm knitting already. So I'm gonna cast on definitely, and then we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna briefly show the colors I put together. How I came about this particular combination is really like, it just blew my mind yesterday night. This happened yesterday. I have a painting that I made, I think 6 or 7 years ago, and it's like on a wall, like next to my kitchen, and I just had moved into a new apartment and all the walls seemed too empty, so I just got like a few paint, like you know, a set of paints and canvas and everything, and I wanted to make some art that I could put up on the wall and not have it look like a, you know, empty house without any colors. So I made that painting. I don't know what, like where I got the inspiration from. Like I had seen something on Instagram probably. It was just a blank canvas with someone had put like a lot of dots on it, and that's all it was. And of course you can do so much with that. Like you can use whatever colors you want, or you can do some sort of a pattern or a gradient or something like that. So I just like sat down one day, started with a color, kept blending other colors in, and then ended with a different color. and I didn't think like anything about it. It was just it was fun to do. You just have to put dots all over your canvas. So it wasn't like it didn't take me too long. I probably did it in like 15-20 minutes. And then it's been on my wall since then, like six years or something like that. And then I was like just walking to my room and I looked at that painting and it suddenly dawned on me that this is exactly my color palette. This is what I live in. Like these colors are what I live in basically. Some version of them at least. And it it was perfect. Like I was like, oh my god, this is my um, mystery knit along palette. And of course, because that's my color palette, I had all the colors in yarn. Like obviously. So I won't talk too much more about it. So so here's the first color. This is Plucky Knitter Trusty Fingering. The color is Two Hearted. Then I have Madeline Tosh Twist Light in Scout. And then of course I have the color I'm knitting my Enola in, but I had so many skeins that I know I'm not gonna need this skein for that sweater, and I love this color, so I want to knit more with it. So this is the Magpie Fibers yarn again. So that's 3, and let's see if I can hold everything. Then this is Lorna's Laces. The color is Waistcoat. It's like a really nice forest green. I love this color. It's so beautiful. I'm all about the fall colors. That's me. Fall colors and pink. That's all. That's all I need. And then the last color is Autumn and Indigo Fibers. I love Claire's yarn. Like I mean, if I'm looking for a classic skein or a color or something like just I know trustworthy, I buy Claire's yarn. I love Autumn and Indigo Fibers. I'm subscribed to their monthly sock club, and this is the Merino Mohair base, and this color hey, so my phone cut me off, but as I was saying, these are my colors for Stephen West's Mystery Knit Along, and I'm really excited to cast on. I think it's October 8th, the cast on date, and I'll be ready with all my skeins wound up and ready to go. So yeah, so that's everything I had in mind to talk about today, and I had a lot of fun recording this episode, and we'll see if there's another, like based on the feedback I receive, and do let me know if you'd like me to talk about something else, or if I missed some information. I'm pretty sure I did. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If I move to one side, you can see Mango trying to sleep there. I have 2 cats, and hopefully you'll see them in future videos. Like they might come to visit. But yeah, I had a lot of fun, as I said, and thank you so much for watching, and happy knitting. Bye.